Caitlin Clark showed up today at the Nike WHQ. Don't know exactly what that is, to be honest. The Nike worldwide headquarters. Okay, that makes more sense. But she has showed up to the Nike worldwide headquarters, and obviously this is one of those, like, she is the massive guest. They're all there.
Caitlin Clark recently walked into Nike's headquarters in Oregon, and everything came to a standstill. Employees filled the halls, phones were out, and applause followed her every step. That kind of welcome is extremely rare, especially for a second-year WNBA player. This is the level of treatment Nike usually gives to icons like LeBron James or Serena Williams. And there's a clear reason why she's getting that attention right now.
More of Caitlin at the Nike WHQ. Her arrival. Obviously, when it's Caitlin Clark, they're all clapping her. It's muted right now on your screen, so like, it is what it is. And obviously promo material shown and given out. So this is the annoying thing about this is why is everything about this talking about worldwide? You can't get anything Caitlin Clark related outside states. Can't get anything Caitlin Clark related.
Just look at how people reacted. Nike treated the reveal of her signature logo like a full-scale company launch. That alone tells you how big this moment is. What's interesting is how the logo was received at first. Some basketball fans said it felt more like a lifestyle brand than a true performance logo. But that's exactly the point. Nike learned an important lesson from the Sabrina Ionescu line. Her shoes didn't just sell to athletes. They sold out because everyday people wanted them as casual, wearable sportswear. The Caitlin Clark logo follows the same strategy. It's made to work on t-shirts, hoodies, and jackets. It's meant to be seen everywhere, not just on a basketball court.
The whole Caitlin Clark thing, why they're pushing this right now, is because the shoe's coming soon. This sneaker is going to be revealed soon. So they said spring. I think they said spring. It's meant to be released, I think, in spring of this year. I think if we're being real, like, she's already done the podcast rounds. She was on the Kelsey's podcast. She was on talking about the shoe. She's been doing plenty of things at Nike, playing things with Nike. And there's been so many little things.
This is where Nike's strategy becomes very deliberate. They're rolling out this media push now because the shoe reveal is coming soon. Spring 2025 is the official target they've locked in. Caitlin Clark has already been making the rounds. She's appeared on major podcasts, including a sit-down with the Kelsey brothers where she talked openly about the shoe design process. She's also been back and forth to Nike's headquarters over the past few months, working closely on the final details. There's also a reason she quickly shut down the idea of playing an unrivaled this year. Last season, she left the door open on the 3-on-3 league. This year, during the WNBA season, she said no right away. Nike needed her fully available. Her schedule had to stay clear for media appearances and a carefully planned rollout of what could be Nike's biggest signature athlete launch in more than 10 years.
Steph Curry shit isn't, and Steph Curry's coach reposting everything, and Caitlin Clark posting Steph Curry wearing her shoes. There's plenty, because, like, again, her sneakers are literally... They are the most worn. They're the most worn sneakers in the NBA this season. Like, Caitlin's P's have been the most worn sneakers in the NBA. So at the end of the day, like, if it was that big a deal, the NBA players were wearing Caitlin Clark shoes, she would have posted more about it, or, you know, with her sneakers being first and second in the NBA.
This is the part that should worry every other shoe brand. Steph Curry wore Caitlin Clark's PE shoe in a game. His coach even reposted it. And this wasn't a one-off moment for attention. This season, Caitlin Clark's PE has become the most worn signature shoe in the NBA. More than LeBron's, more than Jordan's, more than KD's. NBA players are actively choosing a WNBA player's shoe over every other option they have. That has never happened in basketball history. When male pros willingly wear a women's signature shoe in real competition, it's not a feel-good headline. It's a major shift in how the market views women's basketball and its value.
That Caitlin's everywhere. The shoe is everywhere. And it's going to be Nike's biggest sneaker launch for a new signature athlete probably since being a signature athlete really matters. Since it hasn't mattered that much. Like, the launch of the Giannis shoe, who's been their best athlete they've had, wasn't that big. Their launch of the Luka shoe, because he was with Jordan Brand. Their launch of even the Bookers, the Jazz, the Kyrie ones, which were great.
This is why this launch matters so much to Nike's entire business strategy. Signature athletes cost a fortune. Nike pays tens of millions every year to stars like Giannis, Devin Booker, and Jason Tatum. The problem is, those deals haven't delivered true cultural moments anymore. Giannis's shoe launch was solid but quiet. Luka's line, even under the Jordan brand, never broke out beyond serious sneaker fans. Kyrie's shoes performed well on the court, but they never reached the mass audience needed to justify the price tag. Caitlin Clark changes that equation. Her appeal goes far beyond basketball fans. She connects with casual sports fans, women who've never bought basketball shoes, and parents buying shoes for daughters who see themselves in her. Nike is making a clear bet here. Signature athletes still matter, but only if they go bigger than the sport itself.
Like, there's a lot of sports where there's no signature athletes, and Nike are doing just fine in those sports. So I think the true value of a signature athlete is going to come down to Caitlin Clark. I do think Caitlin Clark is going to be I think she's going to be one of the last two female signature athletes. My guess for signature sneaker, is that one of Paige Beckers or Juju Watkins is going to get a signature sneaker. I think both of them are signed to deals. By the way, as far as I'm aware, Juju signed to a bigger deal than Caitlin Clark, but it's not a guaranteed signature sneaker. She's just going to be getting her she's going to be the face of a line. She's going to be like the face of Nike are going to have like a generic sneaker where she's going to be the face of.
Now let's look at what comes next for women's basketball signature shoes. Caitlin Clark has her deal. Aya Wilson has hers with Nike. Sabrina Ionescu's line has already proven it can sell. Then there's the next wave of stars. Paige Buchers and Juju Watkins both signed major contracts. In fact, Juju's Nike deal is larger than Caitlin's first contract. But here's the key difference. Juju doesn't have a guaranteed signature shoe. Instead, Nike plans to make her the face of a general performance line. It's similar to what Nike did with Blake Griffin early in his career when they put him in the Hyperdunk instead of giving him his own shoe. That was a cautious move, and in hindsight, it worked out for Nike. They're taking the same approach with Juju. She'll get exposure and exclusive colorways, but not a fully dedicated line yet. That option is being held back for Paige or whoever proves to be the bigger cultural force. And right now, based on viewership numbers and social media traction, Paige is starting to make a strong case for herself.
That happened. And Caitlin's gotten a signature shoe, Aja, Sabrina. I think one of Juju or Paige, whichever one of them ends up being the bigger draw. I think it could very well be Paige. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm looking at Unrivaled numbers. I'm looking at everything. And I'm like, nowhere near Caitlin level in terms of hype. But like, Paige, there is a level of hype there with Paige. There genuinely is. So I can see that happening. And her getting a signature sneaker, and then like Juju maybe being the face of a generic line, because they have some generic lines as well, because they have so many non-signature athletes and they can't just be all wearing the exact.
What makes the timing of this Nike visit so interesting is what's happening around the league right now. The WNBA is in the middle of CBA negotiations that could shut down the entire 2025 season. Players are talking about sitting out, and the league and the players' union are billions of dollars apart on revenue sharing. Despite all that uncertainty, Nike is moving ahead with this launch as if nothing is wrong. That tells you they either know something the public doesn't, or they're confident enough to place a big bet. If the CBA gets resolved in February, don't be surprised if the shoe reveal happens within 48 hours. Nike would want to ride the positive momentum of the league moving forward. But if talks drag into March or April, they're likely to release the shoe anyway. Nike clearly has a backup plan in place, and they're prepared to move forward no matter how this situation plays out.
Caitlin Clark situation for her during her rookie season, but hopefully that's all kind of been put to bed, and we get to see the sneaker soon. My guess is that the launch of the Caitlin Clark shoe is going to be sometime in the next. I think we will see what it looks like in the next 6 weeks. I think maybe Nike don't want to announce the shoe and release the shoe during
That backup plan is international basketball. Team USA plays FIBA World Cup qualifying games in March, and Caitlin Clark is on that roster. So even if the WNBA season is delayed or doesn't happen, she'll still be competing on a major global stage. That's likely when the shoe makes its first appearance. She'll wear it during a Team USA game, while Nike releases the official images at the same time and opens pre-orders immediately. It's the same launch strategy Nike has used for other major signature athletes. The difference is the athlete. This time, it's a second-year WNBA player. That alone shows how confident Nike is in Caitlin Clark's ability to move the market.
If the CBA starts dragging into March and April, I think they're going to release the shoe anyway. But the thing is, like, it's one of those things where they would probably want to see Caitlin play in the shoe before it's released worldwide. And Team USA. Oh no, I'm an idiot. It's going. The first time we're going to see it is going to be during World Cup qualifiers. World Cup qualifiers in March, when Team USA are playing their first set of games. So they're going to be playing their first set of games, and it's going to be during that. I'm a dumbass. Like, that's obviously when the shoes sneaker is going to be released.
Let's look at what went wrong in year one, because the contrast is striking. During Caitlin Clark's rookie season, Nike barely promoted her. This was the biggest star in women's basketball history, someone drawing 3 million viewers to regular season WNBA games, and Nike acted like they were hesitant to even acknowledge it. Her face wasn't on billboards. There were no major ad campaigns. She wasn't the centerpiece of WNBA marketing. The reason was simple. Nike was worried about upsetting other players under contract. Aya Wilson and Sabrina Ionescu are Nike athletes, and Breanna Stewart is with Puma. Nike has ties to dozens of WNBA players, and internally, there was a fear that going all in on Caitlin would alienate everyone else. So they played it safe. Her rookie season went by without leveraging her star power. A huge missed opportunity from a business standpoint. After the season, something shifted. Maybe it was the ratings showing her impact on viewership. Maybe it was PE shoe sales or seeing other brands profit off products tied to her while Nike held back. Whatever it was, Nike made a choice. They would treat her signature shoe launch like the major cultural event it deserved to be, the debut of a generational athlete who transcends her sport. That Nike headquarters visit signals a new approach. They're putting Caitlin front and center, fully committing to her, even if it upsets some other players. The business case is just too strong to ignore. This could change the WNBA entirely. For years, the league hesitated to market individual stars too aggressively, worried it would create division. The team-first mentality wasn't just about solidarity. It was also about fear. Nike's bold move shows how that is starting to shift. The fear has always been that elevating one star would overshadow everyone else. That the league couldn't handle a transcendent talent without breaking the collective identity. Caitlin Clark is forcing everyone to face that fear head-on. Nike's approach to this launch is the clearest signal, yet that the old model is gone. You can't hide your biggest star to protect others' feelings. You can't downplay your most marketable athlete out of fear of backlash. The market doesn't care about internal concerns. It rewards what sells. And Caitlin Clark sells. This shoe launch is set to be Nike's biggest signature debut since the Kyrie 1. Maybe even bigger. Pre-orders will crash websites. The first colorway will sell out in minutes. Resale prices will spike immediately. Anyone who doubted the WNBA star power to support signature deals will have to eat their words. The remarkable part? Caitlin didn't ask for any of this. She's not campaigning to be the league's face or demanding special treatment. She's just playing basketball at a level that naturally creates demand. Yet she'll carry the weight of scrutiny that comes with this visibility. Criticized for taking up space, accused of benefiting from privilege, facing pressures Aya Wilson or Breanna Stewart never experienced. Not because she's doing anything wrong, but because her success challenges the comfortable narrative the WNBA has maintained for 2 decades. Nike is betting none of that matters. They're betting millions of fans will buy Caitlin Clark shoes regardless of league politics. They're betting casual sports fans, parents, and young girls seeing themselves in her will drive sales of shoes, jerseys, and gear. When a shoe drops in March, watch closely. Watch the reception. Watch the sales. This is more than a product launch. It's a test case. It will determine if a women's basketball player can be marketed on the same level as the world's top male athletes. Based on everything we've seen, the reception at Nike